Welcome back to my kitchen, Keto Naturopath Kitchen. Today I have another carnivore treat for you. I have Carnivore Focaccia. It's absolutely delicious. It's made with eggs, both egg whites and egg yolks. And no, it doesn't taste eggy. So this is how we make it. We start off with 6 egg whites. I make this all the time, so you'd think that I know the recipe by heart, so we'll see. And to that we add 27 grams of egg white powder. Why? Because it helps with the consistency. A teaspoon of gelatin, once again, it helps with the consistency. And I added onion powder. You could add onion powder, garlic powder, no spices if you want true carnivore. I have a half a teaspoon of salt. You could do dried basil, oregano if you are carnivore, and also use spices. So you put that in with the egg whites, and then you whip this up until it forms a stiff peak. That's stiff enough. It can take 5 or 6 minutes to get it to a stiff peak. Now, if I were making this to have on my precision PSMF days, this is as far as I'd go. But since this is just going to be on regular days and not PSMF days, I add in the 6 egg yolks. Whip it and make sure it's fully incorporated. So it will deflate the egg whites somewhat. That's okay. Now you take a parchment-lined baking dish, and you can form how big you want this. I'm just going to dump it all in because this is a quarter sheet pan. And you can make it, however thick you want it. I'm just going to plump it all down. Now you put this in a 325 degree oven for 20 minutes. You bake it for 20 minutes, turn the oven off, and let it sit in the oven for 20 minutes before taking it out. So we're going to put this in the oven and bake it for 20 minutes. So this is the one I made yesterday, and what I normally do is I do make it the day before. I put it in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator because it sometimes softens it. Focaccia is not so bad. The egg white focaccia definitely has to be refrigerated. But this sometimes gets a little flaky, so it's better to put it in the refrigerator for a day. What I normally do is I cut it into 6 pieces. And I put this on, cut the 6 pieces, put it on a parchment paper baking sheet in the freezer and freeze it. And then I just put them in a Ziploc bag and take out as I need them. Sometimes what I do is one of my favorite ways to have focaccia is, and no, this isn't carnivore, but for carnivore, just slather some butter on it. You can toast it. You can make sandwiches out of it. A lot of times for lunch, I'll have roast beef sandwiches. But I like to dip it in garlic-infused olive oil. So all you need to do, have a good quality olive oil, chop up some garlic, add a little bit of red pepper flakes, and let it sit overnight. And then, oh yeah, you dip the focaccia in it, and reminds me of going to an Italian restaurant where they serve olive oil and bread. That is so good. This bread is wonderful, fully carnivore, and does not taste eggy. You will love it.